I was at swim practice when the tornado warning came over the pool's ancient PIA system, and every other team was already scrambling out. But Coach Blackwood just stood at the base of the ladder and said, "Nobody moves. We have sectionals in 3 days." When I pointed out the sky was turning this weird greenish-black and everyone else was following protocol, she screamed, "Do you know what my ex-husband's daughter told me at dinner last week? Her Washington team calls us the poverty pool. Do you want to prove them right by quitting?" I was at swim practice when the tornado warning came over the pool's ancient PA system. Tornado warning. All outdoor activities are suspended immediately. Seek shelter now. Every other team was already scrambling out, but Coach Blackwood just stood at the base of the ladder like she owned the place. "Nobody moves. We have sectionals in 3 days." I treaded water, looking up at her. "Coach Blackwood, everyone else is getting out. Shouldn't we follow protocol?" The vein in her forehead looked like it was about to pop. "The team over at Washington High are probably practicing right now while you babies whine about rain. You think they got to state by being soft? Washington High had beaten us last year by 2 points. Blackwood hadn't shut up about it since. Back in the water. 20x100 on the 130. The sky was turning this weird greenish-black, like a bruise, but we swam. 3 minutes later, the wind wasn't just wind anymore. It was this unnatural howling that made the chain link fence bend and rattle. The air pressure dropped so fast my ears popped. "Coach, I can see rotation in those clouds. That's a wall cloud forming. Keep swimming or do push-ups on deck. Your choice." Mariana, our team captain, tried next. "Coach, my mom's a lawyer. She says schools have to evacuate immediately during tornado warnings. It's state law." That's when Blackwood lost it. "Do you know what my ex-husband's daughter told me at dinner last week? Her Washington team calls us the poverty pool. Do you want to prove them right by quitting?" We all just floated there for a second, processing that our coach was risking our lives over some teenage gossip. That's when the janitor came running out, waving his arms. "Everyone inside!" Rotation spotted 2 miles away. "Get out of here, Carl. We're training." I watched Carl look at us, then at Blackwood, then just shake his head and leave. Part of me couldn't even blame him, or the other staff who turned a blind eye, because everyone knew the principal would take Blackwood's side, no matter what. She was one of the best coaches in the state, and they cared more about keeping their jobs and their children fed than some students in a pool. We were on our own. The wind gusts were so violent now that pool water was being blown out in sheets, drenching the deck. Leaves and debris were swirling around us like we were inside a blender. Kayla, this tiny freshman, had tears streaming down her face. "Please, my ears hurt so bad. The pressure is making me dizzy." That's called working hard. Washington doesn't take breaks, but Kayla was right. My ears were killing me too. The pressure changes made it feel like we were on an airplane dropping altitude way too fast. Rose threw up, just turned to the gutter and hurled. The roaring sound wasn't thunder anymore. It was that freight train sound everyone talks about, getting louder, closer. "This is insane!" someone yelled. "The only thing insane is your attitude," Blackwood screamed back. That's when the equipment shed exploded. The metal roof went spinning into the air like a frisbee. The emergency exit lights all flashed on even though the power was still working. I looked at my little sister. Layla was in lane 2, lips purple, whole body shaking. Not from cold, from fear. I was done. I swam straight to the ladder. Didn't ask, didn't hesitate, just grabbed the rails and started climbing. Blackwood moved to block me. "Touch that ladder and you're off the team. No sectionals, no scholarship. Your future ends right here." Then I'm off the team. I pushed past her and she grabbed my hair. "Get back in the pool, young lady." I yanked it free and scrambled onto the deck. "Nobody's coming to save us. Get out now," I screamed. That did it. 23 teenagers rushing for the ladder at once. Rose slipped on the deck. I grabbed her arm, hauled her up. Blackwood was screaming about weakness and Washington and how we were all quitters. We ran for the basement just as the tornado touched down in the parking lot. Cars were flipping like toys. The principal found Blackwood 40 minutes later in the pool equipment room where flying debris had blown her. She had a gash on her forehead and was still muttering about commitment through chattering teeth.